What's going on, guys? I'm MrGoldenGamer, and I make gaming videos that nobody watches. This past Friday, Borderlands 4 released, and over the weekend, I've played a whole bunch. I think I have like 15 hours in, which isn't insane, but I have a good bit of time in the game, and let me tell you, I got this on PC, and it runs terribly. I have a 3080 Ti, which is above the recommended spec, by the way, and I am struggling to get 60 frames, or at least I was struggling to get 60 frames, and this is kind of universal. Even people with 5090s were struggling to get 60 frames on 1440p at medium settings. Something is wrong. And the crazy thing is, the CEO of Gearbox says there is no problem here. Originally, I wasn't even going to get Borderlands 4 on release date, but then I got a text from my brother asking me if I was going to get the game because him and a couple other people were going to get it and we could play. So I thought, you know what, that sounds like fun. I'll download that on Friday and I can play all weekend and have a really good time. So late Friday night after the download was complete, I hopped in just by myself solo, figured launch the game, see how everything is, maybe tweak my settings, get ready for Saturday. So I hopped in and I'm like in a cutscene, but not really a cutscene. It's like one of those in-game live cutscenes, so it's not like a cinematic. But anyway, I'm in that and I can just feel that my frames are low, really low. So I went into my settings and put on the FPS counter and I saw that I was struggling to even get 30 frames. So I decided to turn everything down even farther to medium, low some things. And after turning everything very, very low, I almost broke 60. And to me, that's insane because every other game on my computer, I can run at over 100 frames at like 1440p and high graphics settings. So why is Borderlands 4 so different? I play plenty other modern games that run just fine, but Borderlands 4 doesn't seem to be running fine. So I actually watched a YouTube video to help me get settings a little bit better, but the settings do rely on frame generation, which feels like cheating in a way. Well, anyway, Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox, went on a crazy long Twitter rant basically saying that nothing is wrong and the game is optimized perfectly and everything is on us. We need to tweak our settings better, essentially is what he's saying. So I'm going to read through all of the nonsense that this guy said. Here we go. Every PC gamer must accept the reality of the relationship between their hardware and what the software they're running is doing. We have made an amazing and fun and huge looter shooter campaign game. The game is pretty damn optimal, which means that the software is doing what we want without wasteful cycles on bad processes. With Borderlands 4, every PC gamer has a lot of tools to balance their preferences between FPS, resolution, and rendering features. If you aren't happy with the balance between these things you're experiencing, please tune your preferences using the tools available to you. We appreciate the incredibly high degree of passion and excitement there is for the game we've been developing for over 6 years. We know strong feelings lead to strong opinions. We hear you and see you. For a campaign looter shooter, it is absolutely reasonable for developers to focus on default settings achieving 30 FPS on minimum spec and 60 FPS on recommended spec. Some of you would prefer more FPS or more features or higher resolution. We have provided many tools to help you make those trade-offs. It is a mistake to believe or expect that PCs between minimum spec and recommended spec can achieve all of the extremely high frame rate, maximum/ultra features, and extremely high resolution. If that last post makes you have a negative reaction, I bet you have emotions and expectations you feel aren't sufficiently attended to. I'm sorry, but please accept that this game is doing a lot and running pretty optimally, and that you may have to either accept some trade-offs between FPS, features, and resolution as your preference, or you will continue to be disappointed. There are a few real issues, but they are affecting a very, very small percentage of users. We are fixing those, and many are already fixed. We are also doing significant work on PC performance and, well, everything else that is coming at us. We are not stopping. If you have feelings about PC performance, my advice is to not wait and make the trade-offs to prioritize what is important to you. If it's FPS, you can get high FPS by turning down some features or reducing resolution. If it's features or resolution, you may be playing at 60 FPS or even 30 FPS if you have lower end hardware. use DLSS. It's great. The game was built to take advantage of it. This is not a competitive FPS, and I've been led to believe that in a blind test that humans cannot detect any input lag. In my own demonstrates and experiments, I believe this is true. Everyone has the freedom to believe what they want to believe, and I know the internet is easy to find rage and passionate people who are convinced of all kinds of things, whether they are true or not. If you are so attached to the idea that DLSS is bad for your game experience because of something you saw or read on the internet, I am sorry. I hope instead you would use the technology designed to give you the experience you want. But you do you, and we'll keep working. The more people that play, the more data we'll get, and the easier it is to keep making improvements. So thank you for playing, and thank you for your passion. If you think you have a different kind of issue that is real that I haven't spoken to here, please reach out to customer service. I have personally done some customer service for Borderlands 4 and helped a lot of people, but it is impossible for me to help everyone. Use customer service. And thank you for your passion. I know nobody posts anything unless they really care about something, and from the most passionate love to the most passionate hate, you are all telling me that you really care. I feel you, and I thank you. So, Randy says the game is pretty damn optimal, and those are his words. Well, it's not. If a 5090 and a Ryzen 9 9950X 3D is struggling to run this game at 60 frames per second at 1440p medium settings, there's a problem. And it is not on the user at all. It's not just because they don't have their settings dialed, right? The game should be able to run on that hardware pretty much no matter what. But they're relying on things like DLSS and frame generation. Now look, DLSS, I don't actually have a problem with it as far as the input lag thing. I've used it in the past. I don't have any issues there. But the thing is that DLSS was kind of meant to be an extra tool where we could get a bonus if we wanted that. The game should not be developed under the assumption that, oh, everyone's just going to use DLSS. Let's rely on that so that we can make this game playable. Let's use DLSS. Let's just make everyone use that. No, it should be let's make the game work without DLSS. And then if users want to enable that, then it gives them a boost. I should not need to use DLSS if I want to get a playable frame rate, and the same goes for frame generation. It's a pretty cool technology, right? It's basically an AI generated frame that is like interpolating the real frames that you were able to generate, so you can double your frame rate effectively sometimes with these like AI generated frames, which is a really cool technology, but I think it was meant to be a boost or a bonus to the game to give you even higher frame rates. This should not be used to get you to a base level of playable frame rates. Do you see what I'm saying? So basically, what I'm saying is developers should not rely on these tools, as Randy says, to make the game playable for a lot of users, even users who are on very high-end hardware. And I just think that this is the direction we're going. DLSS is a really cool technology. Frame generation is a really cool technology, but we should not be relying on this to make games playable. The game should be optimized and playable without those things. And then if we do enable those things, it just makes it that much better. At least that's the way I see it. And I think just about everybody else sees it that way too. This game is an absolute dog on computers. It just doesn't play well. And I hope they make changes, but it seems that they're being pretty stubborn here, or at least Randy is saying, you know what, there's no problem. You should probably change your settings. Oh yeah, did you turn on DLSS? Did you turn on frame gen? Yeah, that's your problem. It's not the game. Couldn't be the game. I just don't understand that logic. And he's even like clapping back at people on Twitter, which is insane. Someone was replying to one of Randy's tweets about him saying you should use DLSS and the input lag's not a big deal, and their response was, or just an idea here, make your game look good without relying on AI upscale. And then Randy claps back with this. Code your own engine and show us how it's done, please. We will be your customer when you pull it off. The people doing it now are clearly dumb and don't know what they're doing, and all the support and recommendations and code and architecture from the world's greatest hardware companies and tech companies working with the world's greatest real-time graphics engine coders don't know what you seem to know. Also, craziest run-on sentence ever. You can tell he was just fuming when he was writing that. But like, why is he doing this? Why, if you're in that position, you are a CEO of this like software company, right? Why are you clapping back like that whenever it is a clear and obvious issue that Borderlands 4 has optimization problems? Don't take it from me. Don't take it from these people on Twitter. Look at all of these reviews on Steam that are negative, all saying the same thing. The game runs like shit, because it is true and they need to do something about it, rather than just saying, nope, you're wrong, change your settings. Because Borderlands 4 is a very fun game and I am enjoying it. But this is crazy. For a AAA game, they need to do something. Anyway, guys, that's all I have. I rambled on a lot in this video, but it's kind of a crazy situation for a game this big to have these problems, and then, you know, the CEO just say, nah, there's actually not a problem here at all. So crazy. Once again, I'm MrGoldenGamer. If you liked the video, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.